This is Game Share Conversations, where 3 or 4 gamers gather around to chew the fat on gaming and nerd culture. You can find us on iTunes at Game Share Conversations, or if you want to consume your content in a visual capacity, head over to Digital Escapist Network on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, and please follow our official Twitter at DigiEscapeNet. And I wanted to say real quick that this being the first broadcast of the new year, going forward, this will be a PlayStation-centric podcast. So, how's it going, guys?
Going good.
It's going really well.
Going damn good. Maybe not damn good, but going damn good.
That was news to me. All right. I didn't know that.
All right.
All right, Bob, why don't you lead us off with some news?
All right. Since we took off for a little bit after our last podcast, we missed some things. Since it's only a PlayStation podcast from now on, 2 big things came up. Kojima's shackles have been taken off from Konami, and his first game is going to be exclusive to PlayStation. And his words are, quote, that he wants to make a franchise. I mean, that most likely means multiple games.
Oh, yeah.
And whether they involve him or not, because I'm guessing if Sony's letting him
Keep
do
his
this, they're going to own that IP. But I mean, it was a no-brainer that was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think people were looking forward to this for a while.
From what I took away, didn't it say console exclusive to PS4? So does that mean it?
Yeah, It's
So that would
coming
mean
to PC.
that,
It's
that would
coming
mean
to
that
PC.
Kojima would own the IP unless Sony publishes
Nah.
PC.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? There's always some type of workaround. Like Sony Pictures owns Spider-Man, but he's going to be in Avengers, and so there's always something that's going to be going on.
License that out because Sony Pictures is dying. So there's a difference there. So PlayStation is not dying.
Well, no, there's not a difference there. That don't matter. When it comes to someone owning something, someone else using it. That's my point I was making.
Yeah.
But there's no precedent for it. So we're just gonna get past it. Sony doesn't publish games for PC for the most part. They have, I think there's only one exception. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head, but I think because in the quote, I believe he said that eventually he wants everything to be multi-platform, which means maybe just the beginning of this franchise stays on PS4 and PC.
No, I never heard that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard that. I think you're full of shit. But anyways, moving on. Uncharted 4 got delayed from, I want to say, March 19th to April 26th.
Awesome.
So I mean,
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm not going to, because I was looking forward to that because that said 4 days. The March release was like 4 days after my birthday. It was like birthday present.
Now it's 12 days after mine, so even better.
And, it's running Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3 is 2 days before my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
For any of you guys out there.
Whatever they gotta do, I guess. Whatever they gotta do. They didn't feel like they had.
Well, I mean, the story goes, The Last of Us would have been a drastically different game if they didn't have those extra 6 weeks, and that ended up being a masterpiece. So I trust I trust that this extra month will help Naughty Dog with whatever it is they need.
And they can do whatever the fuck they want. If they wouldn't be like, yo, honestly, we need 6 more months, they would have got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever, it's like a month.
But they've already done it.
Month and
It's probably some minor little thing. They just had to polish it up. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably something to do with the multiplayer, actually.
Nah.
Because you don't think? I bet you the story. I mean, I bet you the story in the game is done.
No, I bet you it is too. But there's something going on gameplay wise. I don't think they would have. Because people ain't buying, well, people might, but most people ain't buying that for the multiplayer.
No, I agree.
So that could be patched up.
So that's why it's only delayed a month.
Yeah, but I mean, The Last of Us was delayed like a month. So, but whatever.
That's true. It doesn't matter. I'm just happy they're doing it. If that's what they need to do, great.
Yeah,
To make a better game, fine.
it's all gonna be awesome. But, anyways, that's pretty much it, guys.
That's the show. See you guys next week.
Peace.
No. No, so we're moving on to the topic of the week, guys, which is 2016's upcoming PlayStation games. So we're just gonna go down the list and talk about a few of them that we're interested in. So go ahead and let Bob lead the way with this one.
Oh, God. I mean, obviously, we were just talking about a little bit on Uncharted 4. That's one of my top games of next year. I mean,
I'd have to agree with that.
They're closing the book on Nathan Drake, which is kind of sad.
It's so crazy because, not to interrupt, which I already did, but it's so crazy because it's one of my most anticipated games. But I constantly forget it was coming out when we were making the list. When we were coming up with this list, I mentioned like 6 games. Not a single one of them was Uncharted 4, and it's just like, oh shit, Uncharted 4 is coming out.
Yeah.
So
it's probably going to be better than any of the other games that you mentioned. That's just what Naughty Dog does.
Nothing's going to be better than 100-foot giant robots. Golf.
Yeah.
It's going to be game of the millennium.
The millennium.
Special one for JC.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like, I'm really excited for that game. Like I said, they're closing the book on Drake.
Hopefully on the entire series.
No, it makes me sad.
What is it with you people? And like, you ever heard of beating the dead horse? You beat the horse until you win the race, and then you just you got to retire it. You got to retire.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm glad they're ending it. I hope this is it. I'm glad they're ending it.
I'm out of here.
Just do something else. Naughty Dog makes great games. Just do something else.
I know they do, but I love fucking Drake. Like,
I mean, but nobody's like, the thing about it is they're not taking away 1, 2, and 3. As a matter of fact, they actually added 1, 2, and 3 to the PS4 to make it easier than ever to play them. So, I mean,
that has nothing to do with anything.
It has everything to do with it. Like, if you want the Uncharted experience, you have the Uncharted experience, the complete Uncharted experience on PlayStation 4.
Wrong. You don't have Golden Abyss.
You don't have the multiplayer. Oh, I thought you meant but Golden Abyss and multiplayer. So yeah, but the complete experience that is centric to what the story that they're trying to tell. Golden Abyss is interesting, but it's not necessary to the.
I never played it.
Overarching. It's pretty good. But
I have got it from PlayStation Plus, but I never.
Right. But yeah, so there's nothing wrong with finishing something and just letting it.
There is, because it makes me sad. Damn it! I don't like to be sad.
Well, you'll get over it.
No, yeah, I will. But I guess one of the next things. Oh man, that's cool. But one of the next things I want to say is Persona 5. Now, I've only played the 4th one, but I just can't fucking wait. I love me a good RPG. I love like the whole thing, like going to school, and I'm not sure if they're gonna have anything. I guess it looks like you more sitting in a bar, but going to school, doing all that stuff, having like 5 girlfriends, yeah, it's fun. It's fun, but
yeah, I've never played any of the Persona games. You said you've played 4?
yeah. Golden.
Oh my goodness. Persona 5 is gonna. Oh, whew! I can't wait, man. Persona 4 was. I played it just earlier this year, and it was one of those games that just surprised the hell out of me.
Huh?
I didn't think I would like it anywhere near as much as I liked it. It was really good.
Chie, your bae.
Yukiko, man, Yukiko.
No, Chie.
Oh my goodness. Move on to the next one. Stab this through my computer screen.
Someone else throw something out there while I'm looking. Obviously, we're not prepared for none of this shit.
Right. I know. Well, another game is obviously the big one that everybody's anticipating, other than Uncharted 4. That's Horizon Zero Dawn. That's
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's Guerrilla's new.
You think that's coming out?
I mean, yeah,
I'm thinking holiday.
Yeah, I'm not a cynic like Bob is. So I would be willing to say that if they say fall 2016, until they say otherwise, I will believe that it's coming out that day.
Did they even say fall 2016?
Yeah, originally.
I think so.
I'm saying holiday 2016.
Well, it's fall.
Yeah. So yeah, at the latest, right before Black Friday.
I mean,
I'm
like if it does come out, yeah, that's Ever since I seen that game, I was like, give me it right now. I don't care if it plays like shit.
Yeah,
Just give me that little fucking demo you're playing.
we've I feel like we've said plenty about Horizon on this channel, but because it looks awesome, so
Yeah, it really does.
can't wait. What else you got for us, Bobby?
I don't know.
Well,
You know, let me throw
Here you go.
out there. And no one even really talks about it, and I don't know how y'all feel about it. The Division. What do y'all think about it?
I don't care.
I was watching a gameplay, leaked gameplay that somebody broke an NDA for on the alpha,
Yeah.
and
me
it,
too.
I mean, I'm still not entirely sure what kind of a game it is. Is it like a DayZ kind of game, or is it like a story-based, GTA type game with an open world, or I don't know, like.
I think it's like a Destiny.
Right, but then there's like a huge open world. So like, well, what I'm thinking of, I watched people stream like DayZ and H1Z1 or whatever the hell
Yeah.
stuff like that, and like where you're just existing in a world and you can like kill people or do other stuff on your own, like gather materials and stuff. So is it going to be like that kind of a game, like a State of Decay type thing, or I don't know. I'm still confused as to what exactly it is. And I feel like I need to see more to be clarified on it. So
Yeah,
it looks cool.
There's a beta that's coming out early 2016. The game is still set for launch March 8th. I thought they had delayed it, but I guess not.
Is it going to be open or closed?
It's a closed beta and/or invite. So I'm thinking you get it with a pre-order. I'm thinking of just pre-ordering it, getting the beta code, and then if I don't like it, it's canceling the pre-order.
My man. I did that with Black Ops.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's for? To test it. I mean, they're essentially sending you a preview of the game, betting that you will continue to buy it.
When does when's the beta start?
They haven't said early 2016. It's probably January. Probably this month.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with that type of, let's just say it's January. Most betas come out like a month. I mean, you're getting like, 2 months, I guess.
Yeah.
Like 3.
Yeah.
Didn't the Battlefield 4 beta come out like the same month as the game?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
But no, I really have no interest in that game. I'm not really like a online multiplayer guy. Like the only one I really play is Rocket League. Other than that, I stay away from that shit.
I do too, but I mean, it was kind of, I tried to get into Destiny, and I'm wondering if this is what Destiny wasn't.
I mean,
I don't know. Like, Ubisoft, especially lately, their track record.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to play the beta first.
Yeah, but and like the whole thing with Bungie is Bungie. They know they're shooters, obviously, or they wouldn't be Bungie.
I mean, but like, has Ubisoft really been screwing up? I mean, like, Watch Dogs and Unity maybe, but Black Flag was great. I personally enjoyed Watch Dogs. Let's see, Far Cry 4 was excellent, and then Syndicate has supposedly fixed everything that was wrong with Unity. You know, their only dud really were duds were Unity and the Crew. So I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go on. I was just gonna say.
It is also the studio that brought you Child of Light and Valiant Hearts and Rayman Legends.
The publisher.
Right, publisher.
Not the studio.
Right.
You're correct.
But
I don't know. I just wanted to see what y'all thought about it.
I really don't care.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. Not necessarily excited, but cautiously optimistic.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to describe it. That's how
what it comes to be, I can only get so much. I have to definitely, and it's not even on my radar, not even close. The game that is on my radar though is, damn it, I lost it.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I know. It sounds dope. It's a VR game where like the lights go out and you gotta find what you.
Then they show you a picture of an object.
Yeah.
And then they turn off the lights and you're like, damn it, I lost it. You gotta find it.
Then like the longer it takes, the lights slowly flicker on and off, so you kind of see what you're looking for. But
dude, we need to stop.
It looks really cool,
we need to
man.
write this and we need to sell this.
But I'm just looking through the IGN list here because there's a bunch of stuff like screen.
Well, another game that is, I'm not sure.
I'm in the middle of talking. Okay.
But we all know that.
When aren't you?
We're in here.
Yeah, but I was telling you things, and you know what? Whatever.
So while we're waiting on you to find another game on there, I was just gonna say another game that was. I believe it said 2016 as well at PGW, Paris Games Week, was Detroit, the game by Quantic Dream. The game looks pretty interesting. It's expanding off of their Kara demo, and it's like androids based in a futuristic Detroit trying to merge with humanity. That seems like it might be pretty interesting. It's Quantic Dream, so David Cage.
Yeah, it'll look really good if nothing else.
Exactly, yeah. If nothing else, it'll push the boundaries of, well, I don't know if anything will look better than The Order, but it'll look good.
I mean, I've only really had one experience with Quantum Dreams, and that's Heavy Rain. I did not play Beyond Two Souls. Mainly because I just don't buy stuff. You know what I mean? And a bunch of people saying this game's shit. A bunch of people that I watch and listen to.
What I've heard though is that on the PS4 edition, you can play it in chronological order, which is the problem that everybody had with it, which you would go through one memory, like she was a kid, the next one she's a grown up, the next one she's a teenager, the next it's just like all out of whack. But they're saying that if you play it in chronological order, it's a much better game for it.
Maybe. I just seen one on here.
But yeah, Detroit looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, it does. But Gone Home.
Coming to PS4 finally.
Yeah. And that game, I've heard nothing but great things about that game. I have nothing spoiled for me about that game. And so, like, I am really, like, more and more as time goes on, I'm liking these, like, just story games. Like, The Life is Strange, like some of the Telltale stuff. Until Dawn.
I don't think that this is anything like that. I think this is more like an Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
Well, that's fine. But
Which I loved, by the way. But I'm just saying, don't set your expectations.
I understand. I'm not making choices. It's about me exploring this house, piecing together a story.
Which is exactly beat for beat, except much smaller. Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
And
interactive story exploring game.
Adventure game.
Environmental storytelling.
It's an adventure game, really.
Cool.
Without the branching choices, you know. But like, I'm
excited to see what the hype is. If it's reasonably priced, I'll pick it up.
Like $20.
That's reasonably priced.
But another one. The old game, but it's a new game. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Heavy Rain.
No, Ratchet and Clank.
Yes. Yes, the game based on the movie or based on the game.
I went to PSX and I was watching Ryan Clements interview Ted Price, and behind him was this big ass screen where somebody in the back was playing Ratchet and Clank. I actually got my hands on it. I was like, oh, it's Ratchet and Clank. That's cool. But I mean, it's just I really can't, like, I kind of bloomed late with Ratchet and Clank. Like my local like rental store was kind of going out of business a few years ago, and I picked up like all of them that was on PlayStation 2 for like $5 a pop. And I was like, holy shit, this is fun. The first one was cool, but like as they went on and added like the arena stuff and some other things, I was like, yeah, this is so much fun. And to have the first one again, telling pretty much the same story, maybe a little different. And they added, what was it, like 5 or 6 new worlds that you go to, and even the worlds that was already there, there's different. They're bigger. There's different ways to explore them. There's added stuff into that, and
new guns.
My God, if you think The Order looks good, like this game's a fucking Pixar movie.
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah,
it's a fucking Pixar movie.
Insomniac did what Nintendo's been doing for years, and finally just picked up. Like they just nailed the art style. Like, and now, but they have the processing power behind them to realize that world now. Because Nintendo games look great, but they're always on underpowered systems. Now Insomniac has what it takes to push this thing into looking amazing, which it does. Yeah. It looks gorgeous.
Oh, it does. It does.
And I remember, what was it? A Crack in Time. Was that like the last core?
Into the Nexus, I believe.
Oh, that whatever. That was like a little side project then. But
It was cool.
I didn't play it. But A Crack in Time. I remember reading previews and stuff. Oh, this looks like a Pixar movie. I remember thinking back then, this looks like a Pixar movie. Now this one looks like a fucking Pixar movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that might be one of them things going back, like playing Super Nintendo. Oh man, this looks so real.
This one makes A Crack in Time look like fucking Charlie Chaplin movie.
It's like, it's really I'm so, because I'm a huge
It's like
fan.
fucking South Park in comparison.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Like season 1 South Park.
Yeah.
But I'm just going through this list here. Last Guardian's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
I can't fucking wait.
I'm excited.
But
because,
like Brian said, we'll see.
It is
coming out next year for the past 8 years.
Right.
Yeah, but they haven't talked about it.
This was a launch title for the PS3.
This was announced before the PS3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah.
But then they haven't talked about it. They stopped talking about it for how many years, and they wouldn't have brought it back out if it wasn't coming out like real soon. And
yeah.
If nothing else, like I'm still, because it's one of my favorite games ever, Shadow of the Colossus. I'm still riding high on it.
I just want Team Eco to stab me in the feels again. Do it.
And like, I don't know, it's just, and this game has so much mystique behind it, because it's taken so long, and like, I'm buying the game. You know what I mean? Day one, I'm on it.
Same, man. Even if it does end up being disappointing, I owe it to them for just making the great game that is Shadow of the Colossus to buy this game. Even if it does turn out being a bust, I'll still buy it.
So I agree. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna be one of the early people to get that pick it up.
I'm gonna buy it just because I admire their determination.
Yeah, you want to talk about beating a dead horse? They straight beat it back into existence.
Yeah, I mean that's impressive.
Then I'm gonna mention another one here. For me personally, I'm disappointed I didn't get to play it this year. But Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm getting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I enjoyed the reboot. It was.
Oh, the reboot was fucking great.
It was fun.
The reboot was fucking awesome.
It was one of my favorite games of 2013.
And I hear nothing but good praise for this game. And they done fucked up for. Probably not. Who the hell knows?
Isolating it onto the losing platform.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure they got a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
know?
Well, I'm already hearing reports that this month in January, it's already supposed to be the PC port's already supposed to be coming out.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but we ain't getting this till the end of the year.
Oh yeah,
because they're contractually obligated. Obligated.
One thing worth this discussion is assuming that Horizon comes out in holiday 2016 later on this year. What's going to happen is Tomb Raider going to be cannibalized again?
No, because they've obviously already made the game. You know.
Right, but like you said, they're contractually obligated to wait.
Yeah, that's a good point, Juan.
A amount of time, like
it's a female lead.
Right.
They're contractually obligated to release it a year after. Doesn't say it has to be exactly a year after. Like it ain't they ain't gonna release it the same. If Horizon does come out, they can release it the same day as that.
Right,
but just like they do with fucking Fallout. But I mean, if they do it like a month later, like.
But then, is that games historically get sold before Black Friday, right? That's when games make their get their big push.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of them, but that doesn't mean.
Assuming that's what happened, just assuming, you know, you got Horizon's probably going to come out around that time, right? The next Call of Duty is going to be.
I honestly don't think it's coming out this year.
The next Call of Duty?
No, Horizon.
Like I said, we're assuming here. We're making assumptions. You know what happens when you assume, obviously, but just
Yeah.
Stick with me.
Yeah,
You-
man.
You know, I'm with you, Juan. I completely agree.
Yeah, so you got the next Call of Duty. You got the we're gonna get to this, but you got the new Battlefield coming out potentially, right?
Yeah.
And then also, again, assuming you have another game that we're gonna get to as well. You got Mass Effect Andromeda coming out. Like what? These are next year. I mean, this year's heavy hitters are gonna be just as big as last year.
Well, who says they can't wait? Like, hold on to it for 2 more months.
I'm thinking if they wait, I don't know.
What do you mean if they
Well, I
wait?
mean, because yeah,
This is a
if
brand
they
new
wait,
game for PlayStation people.
if they wait, they do hit that sweet
Yeah,
spot in
but-
January.
Yeah, I mean, this is a brand new game for PlayStation. For the people who only have PlayStation.
But
So
that would be fucked up, though. You know, that would be kind of screwed up how we get. I mean, it makes sense.
No, I don't see it as screwed up because they signed a contract
Mhm.
to can have Microsoft publish the game or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's like they have to wait a year before they can release it on PlayStation. At least a year.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, all this shit coming out. Like I don't see them being like, oh, yeah, last year we came out against Fallout. Look what that happened. So we're gonna do the same fucking thing. Like
Yeah.
like.
Now that-
I
now that-
mean, who knows? Like, who knows what the hell they're gonna do? But like, I don't really see it being that big of a deal if they're like, okay, well, maybe we should push this back.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I do think that they could even push it into that sweet spot in January 2017, probably.
Yeah, like, we can hold off a month or a month and a half
Yeah,
or whatever if all this shit's coming out,
that makes sense.
and it ain't gonna be no big deal because like,
It just sucks for us PS4 owners because we just have to wait longer. Right?
yeah, I mean, but then that means they could add. Who knows what they're gonna do? Obviously, when this game comes out, any DLC or whatever.
Maybe.
Guarantee
What if we-
it. This is
We're
gonna
probably
be-
going to get the definitive edition with the hair effects. Her hair is
No.
going to be bouncier on PS4.
No,
Now
it
the
ain't.
definitive edition was for.
Anything that the Xbox gets as far as paid DLC is going to be in the box.
I
When we
hope.
get it.
I hope you're right.
No, I guarantee it.
But like, don't you think Xbox players are going to feel shafted? Because they're like, we pay full
Why
price.
would they? It's going to be the Game of the Year edition or the definitive edition.
Yeah, they got it early.
Like you know, what I mean, just like with the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, when PlayStation people got it, we got all that other shit.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. And then also Mass Effect. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we got Mass Effect 1 and 2 at the same time, didn't we?
No, like on PlayStation 3, you was able to get them all in one thing.
But Mass Effect 2 came to PlayStation before Mass Effect 3 did. When Mass Effect 2 came out, I think is when we also got Mass Effect 1, right?
Yeah, but you probably had to buy it because there was 2 games.
That's right. Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. Either.
I'm gone. No.
But go ahead, Brian. Name some things while I look through this list.
We're talking about Mass Effect. Looking forward to that one.
Maybe. I don't know.
You're not a Mass Effect fan?
I maybe played like 15 hours of the first one, and that's all I played. It was fun and stuff, but then it just seemed too much to go through all these games. You know what I mean? Now I don't know, because from what I understand, the original Mass Effect was like a more RPG heavy, maybe like a grindy thing where I could be wrong. I don't know, but
I don't know. I never played the first one because it didn't come out on PlayStation.
well, it did.
Just
You missed
later.
it.
A lot later.
Yeah.
No, I picked up 3 or 2, and it had like that little comic strip or something where you were able to make the
think that's
choices
probably
in
3.
one.
2.
Everything. I don't know. So, yeah.
And then 3 did the same thing, I think.
So, recently, I think the trilogy was on sale for PS not too long ago. So I bought all 3 of them. I played through Mass Effect 1. I was really interested in what was happening. And then you get control of the Normandy, and you can just get free reign. You can go wherever the fuck you want to whatever planet you want. And I went to this one planet, and I just got stuck there because there was so much shit to do. So I was like on this one planet for about 3 days. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this game. I moved on to Mass Effect 2. And then I did that little comic strip to it so I could get just some arbitrary choices. And then it was cooler, but then the same fucking thing happened. I just went to a random ass planet And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing at this planet, but I'm doing something at this planet. Again, once you get free reign with the Normandy. And I'm heavily considering just doing the comic strip thing at the beginning of Mass Effect 3 now. Because I don't know, man. These games have been super hyped up to me, but it's like Bob said, they're just too much to them. They're too much.
Yeah, if I think like if I would have been there day one, the first one, then I would have been through all of them. You know what I mean? But it was just like I wanted to check it out. I bought the 3-pack or whatever the hell it was, and 7th edition or whatever it was, and I sold it like a month and a half later. But that's just me.
Yeah, man, all those fucking rocks you have to mine. Oh, if I ever see another space rock.
I mean, if you play 3, I'm sure you will.
I'll play 3. I'll do that. I'll get through 3 and I'll check back with you guys and give you an update on how
there you
I got
go.
into Mass Effect 3 before I quit on that.
But I just another one popped in my head. It's this weird little game by developer Giant Sparrow. They made the Unfinished Swan, and it's the game is What Remains of Edith Finch.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with Unfinished Swan. Pretty short game, but like
Beautiful.
oh yeah, beautiful and like. I think you could call that an adventure game as well, where you just
No,
it's a story.
I feel like games like these aren't necessarily called adventure games. They're more so as their experiences. Games like Journey, Rapture, Unfinished Swan, Flower, Flow, stuff like that. I would consider them more experiences. Hohokam, all these games they're very different.
Side note about Hohokam. I bought them like this game. I like the weird games, like the new experiences and stuff. Not just like another shooter, another racing game. Like what I mean, just like the new experiences. I got a Hohokam, and I think I bought it. I was like, fuck it. I was drunk. I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna buy this game. Started playing it. Got this part where I'm scrolling these things around. I was like, I can't do this right now. I started feeling sick. I'm like, nope, I'm done. I haven't gone back to it since.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced that Hohokam is the story behind Hohokam is you're a sperm moving your way from a man's testicles into a uterus. I'm convinced that's what it is, and you're just taking all your little buddies on you, whatever. You're just taking all your little buddies for a ride on your way to the uterus.
On the way to the uterus.
I am convinced that's what it is. They're all just like chilling on the flagella of the little sperm cell.
That's awesome.
I mean, okay, man, cool.
That's just my interpretation of it. That's what I took from it.
I mean, obviously your mind's in a.
But yeah, What Remains of Edith Finch?
Yeah, like this. Edith Finch. It's
so
about,
is this like another Gone Home then?
Maybe it's about like you're Edith Finch. I'm pretty sure.
What remains of her, anyways.
Yeah, I was thinking Edith. I don't know why I was thinking it was a dude, but I guess it's a girl. But anyways, your family owned this house on like this island somewhere, and you go back to the house, and like there's these rooms to where you you go in them or whatever, and you experience your past family members' day of death, like their last things they do, and it's kind of like a cool idea, I think, and it's like an exploration, adventure, like story heavy game, and like the concept of it sounds really cool, and like I said, Unfinished Swan.
You sound absolutely enthralled in what you were saying right now, Bob.
Whatever, man.
I just want to say.
I'm not even looking at your faces, so. Okay.
Yeah, it's on my radar, but another game that we've been hearing about since early 2013, and then there just went radio silence, and we finally heard about it again at PSX, was The Witness. What do you guys think about that?
Right. I originally said it looked like Myst redone,
Mm-hmm.
an old PC game,
Wow.
and I liked Myst, so I might pick it up.
Yeah, it looks a lot. It looks like something that I might be interested in as well. Uh, Hopefully, again, reasonably priced. I might pick it up. What do you think about it, Bob?
Yeah, that's like an exploration puzzler, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that might be fun.
And it's
I mean,
another one of those.
it's one of the games where like I'm sure I'm gonna buy it. I like them smaller games that kind of do their own thing. They don't like indies where it's at. I've been saying this for a long time. It's where the games are at. It's where all the good games are at. All the new experience, all the fresh stuff. Me coming out of like, even though Naughty Dog's awesome, me coming out of Naughty Dog because it's just more Uncharted, which is gonna be great.
Which is just as good as it is. It's just a third-person shooter.
Yeah, with awesome voice acting and
Right, it's a very
all that
good
stuff.
third-person shooter. It's the best third-person shooter out there, but it's fundamentally a third-person shooter.
But I mean, yeah, it's like I said, I'm probably gonna get the thing. So
Yeah, and another thing is I'm interested in it just to just to kind of get a sneak peek behind closed doors and see what the fuck happened. Like where have you guys been for the past 3 years?
more puzzles, man. The dude wanted to have more puzzles.
He's just like, fuck, man. He couldn't even solve them himself. He's like trying to create new puzzles and couldn't figure out how to solve them. He's like, shit. That must be it. That must be it. What it was.
Yeah, that's what took so long. Yeah.
About you, Brian, what's one that you're looking forward to?
Have we said the Deus Ex?
No, we have not said.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've been a fan of that series since the very first one on PC.
Mm-hmm.
I've played every one of them ever since.
I rented Human Revolution on Wii U. It was okay. Yeah, it was, I'm that kid. I'm the Nintendo apologist, but it was fun. I don't like the shooting mechanics. Hopefully they fix that.
Yeah.
It's a stealth based game, so maybe the shooting mechanics aren't that important to them. It's fun. I'm looking forward to. Again, another cautiously optimistic. I hope it's good because there are people out there that are extremely passionate, such as yourself, for this franchise. So not necessarily.
I'll probably pick it up no matter what. So.
Right, exactly. So not necessarily for myself, but for the people out there like you, I want this to be a great game.
Yeah.
But you guys can play the game that you want.
Yeah, I hope it is. I mean, see, the last game, like you said, it's supposed to be, a lot of it is stealth heavy if that's the way you want to play it. I mean, you don't have to play it that way. You can augment yourself to be, this machine. You can just walk into a room and obliterate people. But, that's not how I play. So it's a game that let me play how I wanted to play. But my complaint with it was you got to the end of boss fights, and then you couldn't do that anymore. So I power my guy completely for stealth, not for attack at all, and then I get to a point where I'm having to attack, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on now, I didn't make my guy to do this.
Right, and you're not invested in those skills, so you're just
right. I felt cheated. So anyway, apparently this game you can either talk them down or you can get past them or whatever. So
that's good. That's really good news because that means that you can truly play the game how you want. That's really good news. What about you, Bob? Any thoughts on Mankind Divided?
Yeah, I gotta pee.
Very good insight. Very good insight.
Oh, Bob's all indie.
Yeah, he's all about that insight.
So yeah, that's fine. I mean, I like the indies. I do. I mean, it's like to me, an indie is like a craft beer. You've got your mass market stuff, and there's a lot of people that enjoy those things, but then you're not going to get a perspective. You're not going to get a different perspective or a different taste or a different flavor by going with those mass markets, and that's what the indies are for. Hit or miss, at least they're out there producing them. So props to the people who make the indies.
Yeah, very much so. So yeah, speaking of, just moving on to in the list, another game that's supposed to be coming out early this year is Hitman, right? The next Hitman is supposed to be coming out.
I don't know. I'll take your word for it. I didn't see it on the list, but yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, the next Hitman should be coming out pretty soon.
Okay.
I mean, it's a Hitman game. I'm not really sure how those games are, but I'm sure I know that those games do exist. those people do exist. March 11th, I'm seeing right here that it's slated for March 11th. Yeah. I mean, Square Enix has been making pretty good games lately because, you know, Tomb Raider, as you can see, is a huge critical success, even though it's not necessarily a commercial success. So Square Enix has been publishing.
I stop you there. Square Enix is
publishes, whatever. Yeah, Square Enix has been publishing good lately. And I believe Deus Ex is also published by Square Enix, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is, but they ain't making it. They have one of their studios. They have.
I said published.
But
so Hitman is another one that I wanted to throw out there.
But speaking of Square Enix, I think it has a chance. The first part of this Final Fantasy VII remake. I know they haven't said nothing.
No way in hell.
You don't think?
Final Fantasy 15 would have to come out first.
No, it wouldn't, because no one's that's working on that is doing anything.
But you're not going to tell me that Final Fantasy VII remake is not going to cannibalize Final Fantasy 15?
They don't have to release it at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
just hold it until 2017. Put out Final Fantasy 15, which is what you've been, because they're taking attention away from from their biggest project. And if they're shifting their attention over to Final Fantasy 7 remake,
they're not.
No, listen up. That spells big trouble for Final Fantasy 15, because if they're betting all their chips onto that, putting all their chips onto that horse, and taking them away from Final Fantasy 15, that spells big trouble for Final Fantasy 15.
I don't see how they are, because Final Fantasy remake is not being made. But the first part of the 7 remake is not being done internally.
Doesn't matter. It's marketing. It's marketing.
They don't have to market that game. They don't have to market that game. They just gotta fucking put it out there, and everybody's gonna buy the fucking thing.
So just hypothetical situation right here. You're at a GameStop, right? I know you buy digitally, but just you know, follow me through here. You see Final Fantasy VII remake episode 1 and Final Fantasy 15 sitting right by each other. Which are you more likely to pick up?
Me personally?
Yes.
Both.
You can only pick one.
Okay, I can only pick one. That day, the remake. Then, like,
exactly.
But then listen. Exactly. After I get my 20 hours of gameplay in, I'm gonna go pick up 15.
Right, but not everybody's not everybody's like us. Not everybody is that hardcore gamer. You're gonna see these people that played Final Fantasy VII such as yourself, back in the day in the PS1, and they fell in love with that game, and then they kind of fell out of gaming. But then they see that, and they're like, "Oh crap! I really liked this game when I was younger. I'll play that," instead of going to a number and also 15 just seems daunting, right? Just seeing the number 15, that seems daunting. You're like, "Oh, I'm not really sure I want to get into
what
that."
have I missed? What's going on?
Yeah. If you know nothing about Final Fantasy, maybe. But then, here's the thing. Regardless of when these are released, seven's going to be the money maker. Even if 7's released early in 2017, early next year, it's going to probably
15 will have had its time to flourish, is what I'm trying to say. You know, they can't release 7 this year, because it will completely cannibalize 15.
But I mean, that may be true, but obviously the game's farther along than anybody thought.
Yes.
And another thing is, fucking Square Enix is fucking crazy. They do stupid shit, so they can do it. Like, I could see. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it did come out this year. I'll just say that.
I agree that it does look further along, and it might be finished next year or this year coming up. It might be finished, right? They might finish it, but it would be smart, which is not necessarily Square Enix. It would be smart to hold it until 2017, so that you can let 15 flourish, unless you're not releasing 15 this year.
No, it says 15's coming out this year.
Right.
It's later.
They're holding a press conference to announce a release date in March.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
so the only way I can see episode 1 of 7 coming out this year is if 15 is pushed into next year. That's the only way I can see that happening.
But I just want to throw that out there, 'cause I wouldn't be surprised if they did put it out.
Right, and it inadvertently brought in another game that was anticipated for this year, which is Final Fantasy 15. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know. I've been kind of like they've been fucking Final Fantasy up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And
13 was atrocious, but
a
supposedly
lot of people think they're fucking up the 7 remake. I'm not so.
so,
They might be, but I mean, but I mean, I'll probably get it. I bought 13. I didn't get. Well, actually, I did buy 13 too when it was like $20. Then I played like the first fucking boss fight thing. I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck's going on? And then, even though a lot of people say that 3 kind of was 13-3, Lightning Returns is kind of what it should have been or whatever. Or it's a lot better than the other 2, I guess. But I mean, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, and I'll probably pick it up. I'm sure I will. But yeah, I don't know.
I feel like they fucked up big time on 13, right? You just know, you see people's reactions. But from what I hear, people love 14, right? It's a great MMO from what I hear.
But they're totally different games. Yeah, and I loved it too.
I understand they're totally different games, but what I'm saying is Square is getting shit right now. You know what I'm saying? They're moving on. They're getting shit right, because didn't they make like the last Dragon Quest an MMO as well, which sucked? But now this Final Fantasy 14, they did a really good job on it. They put effort and they put.
I think the next Dragon Quest is an MMO.
No, the last one was an MMO, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I never played none of the games.
Yeah, I don't play them.
But my point is, I feel like they're learning from their mistakes, and they're learning like, oh shit, we actually got to try to give people what they want. So they just put out, from what I've heard, a good MMO, and now they're gonna put out.
Well, that's a lot of fun. I wouldn't pay monthly for it.
I'm optimistic to say that it might be a good Final Fantasy game once again. Maybe Square is turning the ship around. Hopefully.
Like I like where they're going with it. Like that. It looks fun. It looks fun.
It has a cool vibe to it. You know, it's like One Direction, the game.
That's not a cool vibe. But I'm gonna throw a game out there. The publisher, 2 words, Housemarque.
Which one of them? There's 2 games.
Alienation's coming out this year.
Yes.
I don't think that other game is coming out this year.
Matterfall. I cannot wait for Alienation. I loved Dead Nation.
Me too.
Problems and all. I loved Dead
Me
Nation.
too. Loved it.
So, can't wait. Alienation cannot come soon enough. And
Yeah, I hear that.
their track record is great. They've had like one dud, right? They've had one dud maybe. Well, that Outlaw game or whatever Outland game wasn't exactly great, right? It was a good game from what I hear.
Yeah, I mean,
it was okay.
Yeah, so their track record is great, right? Because they put out 1 mech game and 4 great games. So I mean,
and there's a few games that I'm remembering now. Obviously, No Man's Sky. And with that comes something. It's not a game being released, but VR is coming this year.
Yeah.
And unless the thing's like $500, it gotta be
It's $250.
It gotta be. It has to be. It ain't gonna be $50 cheaper than the console when you need your console to play it. It has to be $250, and I think that's a fair
price point.
Price. They're probably gonna lose money on the thing, to be honest.
Which, as I've said before on this show, they need to, and they're making enough money with PlayStation 4 and the games that are selling that they can afford to bite the bullet. They should afford to bite the bullet and just get it out there. But we've talked about VR to a nauseating extent on this podcast.
That's probably the most anticipated thing coming out of PlayStation by far for me. Is that the hardware, the VR?
Yeah, I get that's going to be really exciting.
And but yeah, No Man's Sky.
Let's talk about that for a bit. What do you guys? I know we talked about that for nauseating.
Yeah, we really don't have to say anything about it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. At this point, I don't want to hear anything else about it until it comes out. As far as media goes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now another one for is me personally. Dungeon Defenders 2.
Never played any of them.
I mean, it's a tower defense game
Okay.
that lets you run around. Like you said, you're protecting these
Like Castle Crashers?
No, maybe.
Because you can run around in Castle Crashers.
Yeah, but no, it's not like that. It's more of a third person. Just Castle
Crashers
That was a beat 'em up.
Yeah, tower defense game.
There's no towers in Castle Crashers.
Mm-hmm. For the Vita?
What are you talking about? The thing I thought you were talking about was Mushroom Wars.
Did I say Mushroom Wars?
No, but Castle Crashers, it's a beat 'em up. It's freaking Turtles in Time.
No, I have it on my Vita. It's a tower defense game. You have like a trebuchet, and you're like, there's like these waves of guys coming at you.
I don't,
It was free on PlayStation Plus like last month or 2 months ago for Vita.
Well, Bob's looking it up, so he'll know here soon.
There was no. This is nothing about it. Castle Crashers was like very colorful. Where you run around as a knight with the it was a 4-player. Yeah, there ain't no tower defense in that game. You're crazy. Crazy, Juan. But no, anyways, back to Dungeon Defenders. There's pretty much this crystal on this map. And there's like pathways, like stairs and stuff, and like there's doors that enemies come out of. And you set your towers down, but then you can like defend your crystal, and you can go up and start beating the shit out of people. You get money and stuff. Then there's like a wait period in between the next wave for you to go in.
Pixel junk monsters?
No.
It's not. Castle Crashers is a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
No, I said pixel junk monsters.
Yeah, that's a tower defense.
Yeah, is it like that? I mean,
No.
you set up your towers and then you run around.
I guess to your point, but in Pixel Junk, you had to use the trees. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just.
This one's a third person. The camera's behind you. Full 3D. You can rotate the camera all over the place. You set your towers down along paths and stuff. Like I said, you have a wait period. Like you go around, collect all the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Enemies drop loot. So say you play as a mage. You might get a better staff. And like the staff does different. Like being a mage, you got fire, ice. You know what I mean? All that stuff. Lightning. And there's a knight which has a sword. Obviously, he runs around. Well, at least in the first game, he ran around in his heart boxers with a suit of armor, covering everything else. A monk, you have a ranged fighter, uses like crossbows.
I apologize. I was thinking of Castle Storm.
There you go.
I was like, what the fuck is the game I'm talking about? Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, I got this game on PlayStation 3. I think it was on Xbox 360 for a while. Probably on PC too. I got this game on PlayStation 3 and I instantly fell in love with it. It's challenging. And it's like you can buy upgrades to upgrade your towers. You can spend money to get new towers that you didn't have, like say like the previous map. And if you want to go back and like, it's a really fun game. The only thing that scares me about Dungeon Defenders 2 is that it's free to play. And
Guns Up came out. That's free to play. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, but it's a different game. It ain't what.
Why are you worried about it being free to play? That just means more people will be on it.
Yeah, that means more people will be on it, but that means it's gonna take me longer to get what I need. Just let me pay $20 to unlock the game. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like it's gonna take me longer to get the things I need. The game probably ain't gonna be fully featured. You know what I mean? Like it's like free to play. Not a huge fan of it. but and like they was what the hell was they trying to do? Because I think when they first announced Dungeon Defenders 2, they was like, oh, it's a MOBA. And everybody flipped the fuck out. And it's like, okay, we're getting back to the tower defense stuff. Free to play. I mean, it's cool. Like I don't have to pay nothing for it, but
Yeah.
there's some points when with certain games where it's like the prime example is Plants vs Zombies 2. Let me buy the game. Let me buy it. You know, I don't want to have to do all this shit to unlock this and get random stuff like.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's the only thing that scares me about it, but I'm super excited about it.
Feeding off of that, Garden Warfare 2 is coming out next year. You just reminded me this year.
Okay.
Holy crap, Garden Warfare was my surprise
so
game of
much fun.
2014, dude. It was so much fun. I played Garden Warfare from like December when they gave it out for free for the 20th anniversary,
Yeah.
all the way up until like I still play it.
Yeah, I still load it up every once in a while.
Dude, oh my goodness, Garden Warfare is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, JC and I play that one a lot.
I sunflowered it up in there, dude.
Yeah, that was my guy.
I think
He always liked playing the foot soldier.
yeah, and my buddy that I play with, he always plays the pea shooter.
Mm-hmm.
The pea shooter, and then as zombies, we're both the engineer or
Okay.
variants of it. I'm
that's right,
a
that's
welder
right.
and he's a plumber.
Oh, okay.
We always say that we're a union going on strike.
I love it. Yeah, I can't wait for that game.
I can't fucking wait, dude. Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah. Bob?
Yes.
Did you not play Garden Warfare?
I did. I got it for free.
We're not excited for Garden Warfare 2?
Nope. I told you, like,
It's
He's-
like
he's-
Rocket League with
No,
It's,
it's
ro-
not.
it's like Rocket League with plants.
No. No, it's not. I don't do like online competitive shooter things. I don't.
But it's Plants versus Zombies.
No, it's not.
It's what it should have always been. I like the
No,
tower
it's-
defense game.
No,
I like
that's Plants vs Zombies.
Bob, listen to me.
I had that.
No, I'm not listening to you.
I had the tower defense version of that too.
Yeah, I love it.
It's fucking great.
It is great. It is great. But
I got Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, and played it, and it was like, oh, well, I'm playing.
fuck you. Oh my
I
god.
mean, those just ain't my games. They're not my games. I'm type of
30-second timeout. Ryan.
Hmm.
We can go ahead and sing the praises of Garden Warfare 2 while we have this time. No, but I mean, they're adding new modes and stuff like that, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Since when did this shit turn into Around the Horn?
Since you started becoming Woody Page.
Woody. Fucking love Woody Page. But I'm sure we're missing something somewhere.
I'm missing plenty. I know we're missing plenty.
There's a couple.
You got Street Fighter 5, whatever.
Far Cry, Nino
Far
Kuni.
Cry, whatever. Nino Kuni, I don't think I was given a date.
So, but let's go in order. Street Fighter 5. What do you guys think of that?
Okay. Not a fight. Not a fight.
Thank you for your.
Yeah, I don't play that type. I played Tekken for the PlayStation 1. And
I
that's
played
the last time I
Tekken
played
Tag
it.
Tournament. I played a bunch of Street Fighters, but
So like
I'm not good at them, and they're no fun to me.
my brother is the typical dude bro gamer.
Hmm.
He only plays Madden, Call of Duty, but he loves fighting games. Absolutely adores fighting games. So every time that a fighting game comes out, he buys it and we play it right together. And I mean, I'm pretty excited because I mean, any chance I get to whoop my brother's ass at a game he thinks he's better at than me at, it's always a good time.
There you go.
Like I'm just looking through this list. You got a bunch of stuff that are.
Well, I mean, going down the list of what was just mentioned, Far Cry Primal. What do you guys think of that?
I'm not a shooter fan, man.
What are you?
I mean,
a fan
We'll
of?
see.
What are you?
I'm
Everything else.
optimistic on it.
Everything else.
What are you saying, Brian?
Whatever.
I was saying I'm slightly optimistic. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not.
Well, I absolutely adored right? Far Cry 4. So, and the only thing I would play with was the bow, because I'm a stealthy motherfucker. Like, well, also a silent sniper rifle. Silent sniper rifle and bow is the only way to go. And
fucking Dr. Seuss over there.
Because Juan, I am Green Acres.
You're rhyming.
Right.
Sidetrack. You want to know what my favorite quote is I ever heard in my life? Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss. Look him up. Dr. Seuss.
Be the change in the world you want to see. No.
No. Be who you are and say what you feel. For those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Love that quote. I don't know if it's one of his books or.
So yeah, my favorite thing to do on Far Cry 4 was to play with the bow and the silent sniper. You know. So you know, it looks fun. It looks a little bit like I think I watched the gameplay demo. I think they did a gameplay demo. Maybe I'm mistaken and thinking of a different game, but it looks pretty fun. Where you like, I think he was fighting a bear or something like that with a bow and arrow in the game, if I'm not mistaken. It looks fun. That's the point.
Probably is. I'm just gonna run down a list of games real fast. Death's Gambit. That's a little indie game. They say like Shadow of the Colossus. Plus Castlevania Symphony of the Night, plus Dark Souls or Demon Souls. Yakuza 0, never played none of the Yakuza games.
There's another game that we didn't mention, Dark Souls 3. I know you guys aren't Souls fans, but I mean I feel like it's a pretty important release coming out.
I mean, yeah, like I'm not buying it. So
I might. I was converted into a fan with Bloodborne. I loved it, even though I sucked at it. People can go back and watch some of my highlights to know that I sucked at it. But it was a blast.
What was it? Like a 12-hour stream you did or whatever for us?
Yeah,
But yeah, there's a bunch of shit, man. We're just bouncing around, unprepared. But you got Invisible Ink. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Made by
Visible Ink.
Flea or people that don't starve.
So was 2016 confirmed for that Ubisoft published game Wild?
Probably not.
No, I didn't hear that.
No? Okay. That looks pretty interesting.
Yeah. Like I don't know what the fuck's going on. That's one of the things. That's one of the, like it's like you get in there where like you're swimming and you see this giant skeleton thing, and then you got this little skeleton guy falling around you, and then you can like use your you see this little wolf puppy looking all cute. Then you see him like wearing wolf hide, and it's like, well, just killed your dog.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking about the game where you could turn into an eagle.
We're talking about the same game.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing where it's like,
in my head, I have like the gameplay demo that was shown at Paris Games.
Right.
I don't remember a fucking single thing that you're talking about. I just remember a shaman turning into an eagle, turning into a rabbit.
Well, he was yeah, right.
Riding a
I don't
bear.
know if he's turning into it, or is he just like taking the mind over of it?
Well, taking the mind over, but you know, in the game, you're turning into it.
But no, they showed this thing where this dude where like he's like he ended up with these like I remember this one scene. He was walking. It was like the Lord of the Rings scene where they're walking on the mountain. There was like 4 or 5 different people falling. One of them was a skeleton. And like you see him swimming underwater, and there's this giant skeleton sitting on his throne. It looks just like your dude, like the skeleton guy was before. Then they showed like he's playing with like this little wolf cub. And then you see him like in the snow with like wearing like wolf pelts.
I feel like this is some kind of fan fiction that you came up with.
No, man, look it up. look up the first trailer for this game.
You should write this down.
Bob's breaking the NDA.
Yeah.
All this all down at PSX. He's not supposed to be talking about it.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it. But then they show this pack of wolves, and the one wolf stands up and it's this chick. It's like, what the fuck is going on, man? I don't know.
I've never heard of it. I've no idea.
Watch the first trailer.
I'm sure that you're writing this fan fiction as we believe.
Watch the first trailer.
Okay.
You guys are assholes.
I'm not saying anything because I don't know either way. I just think it's funny.
Just when I think of the game, I think of the demo that was shown at Paris Games Week.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's all I can picture. So, but if you say so, I'll take your word for it. I know this game hasn't been announced and hasn't been talked about, but I just
It
want.
hasn't been announced.
I mean, it's been announced. A release date hasn't been announced, and it hasn't been talked about. But there's another game that has been dead silent for a long time, and I'm talking about for like 3 years at this point, and that's Deep Down. That
You're exactly right, by Capcom.
yeah, by Capcom. That Dragon's Dogma looking type game that they announced at the PlayStation 3 reveal event, and then we haven't heard shit about it since.
I believe that's supposed to be free to play. And I looked it up because it was a few podcasts ago. He was like, "Oh, what about this game?" I looked it up,
Yeah.
and it was like a month before they said no, it's not canceled. So it might not be. I think they said that they pretty much had to overhaul the whole game.
That spells trouble. And I don't think it will be coming out this year then, so that's irrelevant. Another game that hasn't been spoken about since before the PlayStation launched is announced at the same time as The Witness. No, not The Witness. What Remains of Edith Finch and the Tomorrow Children and stuff like that is Rhyme. It's that Wind Waker looking type game.
What game?
Rhyme. You're like a little character, a little guy inside of a cel-shaded world. It's beautiful. It's RIME. Really beautiful.
What the fuck you're talking about?
It's I don't know. It was announced at Tokyo's it was Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show the right before the PlayStation 4 was launched, and it looks pretty interesting. So who knows? Maybe we'll hear something about that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh, what else? Anything else? We missing anything?
Probably, man. A lot of fucking shit show.
Way to start off 2016.
Yeah, with a bang.
With the best podcast we've ever done.
And yeah, I don't know. There's, like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that Night of the Necro Dancer looks really cool. I played it at PSX. What else did I play? What is that? What the hell is that tower game? Juan?
This is Rhyme, by the way.
Tricky Towers.
Yeah, Tricky Towers. That one looks really cool.
Tumblestone was cool. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff.
But yeah, so does this not look familiar to you, Bob?
I'm not even watching you.
You should look.
Getting there. Oh yeah.
Does that look familiar to you?
I would say Ico.
Yeah, it looks very much like Eco. Well, yeah, we haven't heard about that since Gamescom, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Oh my goodness, what the hell is happening?
I don't know what you do.
Okay.
Looked like you're going to crash the system.
Yeah, I fell into like the abyss for a little bit. I was like, well,
yeah.
How'd you do that, share?
on the left side, it's the second option down, screen share.
Cool.
Okay, Gamescom 2014. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. How do I do this again?
You said that there was another game that you wanted to talk about.
Well, there was, but I just wanted to show you this wild trailer I was talking about.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we've gotten through most.
Yeah. Let's end it. Let's end this shit.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that noise? I thought it sounded like fucking the trailer's playing, and it sounded like fucking the aliens from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Game Fair Conversations. As always, remember that you can follow the Digital Escapist at DigiEscapeNet on Twitter. You can follow Bob at Spidey Goes Flip. You can follow myself at Game On Juan, and you can follow Brian on these videos.
Yeah, remember, like, share, subscribe, and also check out our other videos like Real Debate. We recently just recorded a Star Wars spoiler casting, and check out our other videos and stuff. But yeah, I guess until next time, bye.
See ya.